You wake before the sun touches Kyoto. The room is completely silent. A paper lantern glows beside your bed. Cold air slips through the wooden walls. Today, your smile must never fade. Before we begin, take a second to like this video and subscribe for more immersive journeys through history. Now, your day begins. You fold away your sleeping mat. Your neck feels stiff. You spent the entire night sleeping on a small wooden pillow. It keeps your hairstyle from falling apart. Comfort has never been part of the job. You gently touch your hair. Every strand must stay perfect. A single mistake means starting over. An older geisha quietly enters your room. She inspects your appearance without saying a word. She notices one loose hair immediately. She fixes it in seconds. You bow respectfully. The lesson begins before breakfast. You practice walking across the wooden floor. Your steps stay short. Your back remains perfectly straight. Your sleeves move gracefully. Your eyes never wander. You repeat the same walk again. Then again, then again. Every movement must look effortless. Every movement requires years of practice. Anthropologist Liza Dalby, one of the few Western scholars to study and train alongside geisha in Kyoto, described their education as years of disciplined training in dance, music, etiquette, conversation, and traditional arts before becoming full geisha. Breakfast is simple. A bowl of rice waits on the table. Warm miso soup fills the room with steam. Pickled vegetables sit beside a small piece of fish. You eat slowly. Your kimono will soon become too tight for a large meal. Every bite is measured. Every minute matters. The dressing begins. A fresh white underlayer wraps around your body. Another layer follows. Then another. Silk folds cover your shoulders. A wide obi tightens around your waist. The knot pulls against your back. Breathing becomes slightly harder. The weight grows with every layer. Standing still already feels like work. A wooden box opens beside you. Soft white powder fills the air. A brush glides across your face. Your neck remains uncovered in a graceful pattern. Red color touches your lips. Black ink sharpens your eyebrows. The woman applying your makeup never rushes. She has done this thousands of times. A polished mirror reflects someone else. Your own face has disappeared beneath careful layers of tradition. The audience will remember this face. Very few people will ever know the woman beneath it. Hair ornaments sparkle under the morning light. Tiny flowers sway gently with every movement. Decorative pins slide into place one by one. Nothing feels light anymore. You smile anyway. You step outside. Narrow stone streets stretch through Kyoto. Shopkeepers prepare for another day. A child stops walking. He watches you quietly. His mother bows politely. You return the gesture with perfect grace. You continue toward the tea house without breaking your posture. Inside, the sound of a shamisen fills the room. Another apprentice already practices nearby. Her fingers move faster than yours. You adjust your posture. You begin playing the same melody again. One mistake echoes through the room. Your instructor notices immediately. She says nothing. She simply asks you to start over. You repeat the song again, again, again. Hours quietly disappear. The music finally sounds effortless. Only you know how difficult it truly was. Your lesson changes. A folding fan appears in your hands. Soft music begins playing. You raise your arm slowly. One step follows another. Every turn must match the rhythm perfectly. Every finger has a purpose. Even the smallest glance tells part of the story. Your teacher suddenly stops the music. She adjusts the angle of your wrist, only a few centimeters. The entire performance changes. Perfection lives inside tiny details. Tea ceremony comes next. Fresh matcha is carefully whisked inside a ceramic bowl. Steam rises gently. You rotate the bowl with practiced precision. Every movement follows traditions older than your grandparents. Nothing is random. Nothing is rushed. A guest arrives unexpectedly. You kneel gracefully. You greet him with a quiet smile. The conversation begins. You never interrupt. You never speak too loudly. You listen more than you talk. A good geisha understands people before entertaining them. Many visitors believe your beauty is your greatest skill. They are wrong. Your greatest skill is making every guest feel important. Historians such as Liza Dalby and Lesley emphasize that geisha were professional entertainers whose reputation was built on performance, conversation, and refined hospitality rather than prostitution. Despite a misconception that spread outside Japan, the afternoon passes with more rehearsals. Your feet begin to ache inside your sandals. Blisters press against your skin. You continue dancing without complaint. Sweat forms beneath your heavy kimono. Nobody in the room notices. They only see elegance. The sun slowly disappears behind the rooftops. Lanterns begin glowing across the streets. Kyoto transforms as night approaches. Your busiest hours are only just beginning. You take one final breath before the doors open. Soft laughter drifts through the tea house. Warm lantern light fills every corner of the room. Guests slowly take their seats. Every eye turns toward you. You lower your head in a graceful bow. The room falls quiet. The shamisen begins to play. Your fingers move without hesitation. Every note sounds gentle. Every movement feels effortless. Years of practice hide behind a single performance. You open your folding fan. The dance begins. Silk sleeves flow through the air. Tiny bells on your hair ornaments softly chime. Every step follows the music. Every smile hides your exhaustion. The guests applaud politely. Another song begins. You pour warm sake with steady hands. You refill every cup before anyone asks. You notice an elderly guest sitting alone. You kneel beside him. He speaks about his late wife. You listen carefully. You never interrupt. You smile kindly. For a brief moment, his sadness fades. That quiet conversation becomes the most valuable part of his evening. Another guest asks you to play a different melody. You recognize it immediately. Your fingers glide across the shamisen once more. The room becomes silent again. Every person listens. Nobody notices the pain in your shoulders. Nobody notices your aching feet. Nobody notices how difficult it is to keep smiling for hours. They only remember the elegance. The evening grows longer. More guests arrive. More conversations begin. You laugh at another joke. You serve another cup of tea. You perform another dance. The weight of your kimono grows heavier with every passing hour. Your wooden sandals rub against fresh blisters. You continue walking as though nothing hurts. Your training prepared you for this moment. It also taught you to hide every sign of discomfort. A young apprentice quietly watches from the hallway. She studies every movement you make. One day she will stand where you stand now. One day she will learn how expensive perfection can become. Historical research describes how many apprentice geisha, known as maiko, lived in an okiya where the costs of training, kimono, hairstyles, and daily living were often recorded as debts to be repaid after they began earning an income. The final guests leave just before midnight. The tea house becomes silent once again. You bow one last time. The doors close behind them. Your smile slowly disappears. Your shoulders finally relax. The performance is over. You remove your sandals. Fresh blisters cover your feet. Small cuts line your heels. You quietly clean them yourself. Nobody applauds this part. You begin the long walk home. Lanterns gently sway above the empty streets. Rain begins falling without warning. You lift your kimono slightly above the whetstones. The streets that felt lively only hours ago now feel lonely. A stray cat watches from a wooden fence. Your footsteps echo through the quiet night. You arrive at the okiya. The house is dark. Everyone else is already asleep. You carefully remove the heavy obi. Your breathing finally becomes easier. One layer of silk falls away. Then another. The weight slowly disappears from your body. Hair ornaments are placed back into their wooden box. Your hairstyle is carefully protected for tomorrow. You sit before a mirror. The white makeup begins to wash away. Your painted smile disappears with every wipe of the cloth. Your real face slowly returns. The woman in the mirror looks much younger than the elegant performer from only an hour ago. She also looks much more tired. You open a small notebook beside your bed. Another page records today's earnings. Another page records today's expenses. New kimono repairs, hair accessories, lessons. household costs. The numbers remind you that beauty is expensive. Discipline is expensive. Even success has a price. You lie down once more. The small wooden pillow waits beside your bed. You carefully rest your neck upon it. Sleeping comfortably would ruin tomorrow's hairstyle. You close your eyes anyway. Your body begs for deeper rest. Outside, the first birds begin to sing. Dawn quietly returns to Kyoto. Another day is about to begin. Another performance waits. Another smile must be perfect. Most people will only remember the graceful dance. They will remember the beautiful kimono. They will remember the flawless makeup. They will never see the years of relentless training. They will never feel the weight on your shoulders. They will never count the hidden debts. They will never know how often comfort was sacrificed for tradition. The streets of Kyoto slowly come back to life. Merchants open their shops. Children run across the stone paths. Travelers admire the beauty of a passing geisha. They smile with admiration. You smile back. They believe elegance comes naturally. Only you know how much it truly costs. Tomorrow, you will do it all again.